Previously on Cradle to the Grave. With the goal of completing Cradle, Bed began cleaning up temporary infrastructure and storage. He actually considered needs and wants and decided to increase the upload speed of the dimensional depots. And he became the planet's greatest pasta chef in his impatient pursuit of stable power.
Hello Pioneers, I hope you're well. My name is Bed and this is Satisfactory, and this is my Let's Play series Cradle to the Grave. The series where we go from start to finish of the game Satisfactory, doing everything slow, steady, and everything together. A couple noteworthy things. Mods are back. The Satisfactory Mod Manager has been updated for 1.0, which means some mods have been updated for 1.0, which means we can use some mods. For example, now if I hit Control S, I can change the time of day. Now, I am going to do a completely vanilla experience. I'm not going to add any mods. I'm not going to add infinite zoop, even though it's awesome. Infinite nudge, where you can nudge things infinitely and up and down and stuff like that. You might want to check those out if those sound cool. I'll have some guides on installing mods before too long, but Sky UI right here, all it does is allow me to make better videos by, say, making it 8:46 a.m. and then pausing it. And I just think this looks a lot better for sake of the video, as opposed to something like this, or that weird Twilight I hate. This, I don't like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it on 11:35 and 4 milliseconds. No, wait, those are seconds. Yeah, and then the other one is the Fix-It Cam, and I'm gonna use that just basically to film me so I can make time lapses pretty easily. And I think that'll help on some really, really big builds. You'll be able to see me make the whole thing, but just in a fraction of the time. So, bookkeeping done, let's get going. What are we going to do? All right, now for completing Cradle, I wanted some sort of like fence design, but I think, oh, you know what? Actually, forget I just said anything about that, and let's go and fix something else that's been driving me nuts. Just this. Look at that flicker. It's so weird. I wanted to see if I could eliminate the flicker. I made a short, and I've shown people before how to eliminate flicker. And I'm gonna see if I can do it in this plane as well. One, two, three, four. And at least not that way you can't. Let's see if I can grab a concrete pillar this way. Maybe put it in the center. And then can I... Wait, that's not even going... This isn't even moving it in the proper direction, so that's not gonna work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's frustrating. Let's just dismantle it. Dismantle these stairs, dismantle that thing, and we'll just move it. We'll take the blueprint and we'll move it back just a little bit. So we want 16-meter vertical hexagons. And I want it even right there, but then we're gonna go just half click like that. Perfect. And then put that there, go back to foundations and grab those steps back. And put them like that. No, wait, I had an idea. Forgot about it. Let's make hexagonal steps. Oh, it's actually a happy little accident that this is sitting here still, because this is what I was going to use. I realize now that I don't have to make anything else. I literally can just use this. But let's make it concrete. Something a lot like that, exactly like that. All right, let's save it. Let's delete that and build. I'm gonna build something that I have nicknamed a stair stack. Check it out. I'm gonna build frame floors like that. And can I snap to the side of that with a blueprint? I hope I can. Oops, I didn't define that, so it'll be in here. So it places right at the bottom. I think that's because of the way the blueprint was made. So let me extend this down and build the stair stack further down. Okay. Now we're gonna take the hexagonal template like that. There we go, that's perfect. Oh, except it's completely wrong. And we're gonna put it like that. I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to make this work. So now I clip that in, but now I can't see back there. What I was thinking is to use that hexagon as my step. If that wasn't clear, a lot of times I forget to speak, tell you what I'm doing. But now that's up, this is 0.4 meters higher, so I can run right up it, which is cool. But what is this? This is my temporary, this was my temporary smelting area. Let me just get rid of this. We are cleaning up CRADLE after all. This does not belong here. Perfect. That does not belong here. All right, let's see if I can't snap to, if I can't snap to one of these points here, and then if I can nudge it over far enough, that would be really cool. So it's even there. We need to go up one and rotate it. Lock the blueprint. Go over. No, unlock the blueprint. I wasn't supposed to rotate it, but I did. So let's go down to even, up for one. That was that. Right, there we go. Yeah, see, I can't nudge it over far enough. I need to come at this differently. I need to, I think, just move the stair stack a little bit further. So let's try that. Let's go frame floor. Something like that, and then nudge it all the way over. Put vertical back on there. Now that should work. Let's go to a different hotbar so I can put this stupid blueprint. I'll put frame floors at, let's go to even another blueprint. For frame floors at 1. This blueprint at 2. That's all I need right now. So, perfect. One higher like that. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's gonna have to go way too far. Wait, that's because I moved it too far because I intended to snap down here. That's what I meant to do. 1, 2, there. Now this'll work. Oh, intriguing. See how it's not exact? Which one's wrong though? That one is actually wrong. So let's have the arrow point. I don't think it matters as long as we have the arrow point the same direction for all of them. So here, let's take the hexagon steps template, point the arrow forward. Now, why is that such a small amount up? I'm very confused by the functionality of blueprints. What is this right here that I'm hitting? And what is that gap? Because, interesting, I wonder if I'm hitting a weird part of the frame floor, because that looks like 0.4. That looks like half of 0.4. Could I have a 0.2? Somehow? Anyway, let me just do what I'm intending to do right now instead of worrying about this. So, arrow's pointed forward. Let's point the arrow instead. We'll go one click that way. Something like that. Up, 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 there. All right, and then something like that. All right. Interesting. I'd like to investigate more what that little half step is, but I'd like to also continue on with the video. So, frustratingly, that not lining up, I think will bother me because I have to run by it all the time. And then you're going to walk right up to it and it's going to be off center to where you're going to run into that thing. So, all right, this has just been kind of a cluster mess, if you aren't familiar with that word. Let's do it though. Let's just put the hexagon right in the stupid center. Boy, I hate that. Something like that, and then do I have to go up 2 little ticks now? I think that I do. Or no, that's too much, isn't it? That is. This is very frustrating. At least it's working though. I'll take it. So, what do I want to do with this? Let's run these up a bit more. And let's take the blueprint. There. Alright, I think that's actually kind of cool how it steps out a little bit more instead of fading in. I don't know if I'm going to explain. If the first step only came out one little step from here, you wouldn't see it as much, so I think I'm totally cool with that. I hate that you can't mass dismantle blueprints. Like it leads you to believe you can, but it doesn't work for me. It never has. Has it worked for you? Because somebody told me you could do it, so I suspect it might have worked at some point. Let me grab something to stand on to make this part a little bit easier, especially for measuring. So 1, 2. All right, I actually love that even more as well. An extra click off of the, give it a little bit more room to look at it, right? Like, so instead of 1, it's 2. Loving this already. It's about time we get back to Cradle and finish it off. I'm pleased with the progress we're making on the coal plant as a whole in general. Very pleased with that. I'm loving 1.0 so much. I'm just having so much fun. Have I mentioned that? Dr. Fartness made fun of me in the comments. But I'm having just a blast. Alright, you've probably watched me do enough of this. There, something just very much exactly like that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Now we can put the floor back together. I love it. Check it out. All right. That dimensional depot needs to be moved. That needs to be moved. Let's just put it just like this with a conveyor lift and another dimensional depot. Perfect. Now let's color this up again how we had it. I think I mentioned in one of the last episodes, like we've got black and white, and I think we're gonna do red accent colors. So let's make this arch red. So make it red. We're gonna make this 10 and this one 10. And then I think we'll make that one white and we'll keep it, I want it matte, I think. That looks pretty good. Little throwback to Tetra from last season when I played Satisfactory Plus. Can't wait to get back into that. Now, let's paint this top step red as well. Interesting. Paint this red. Paint this one red. Paint this one red. Okay, you get the idea. And then we're gonna paint this one white. Like so. Awesome. You know what? Instead of black as well, we could do asphalt. That looks pretty good though. Or do we want to try asphalt? It looks very strange to have that the floor. Like infinitely, like a great abyss. Let's just try some asphalt as well. I think I like that better, to be honest. Yeah, especially with that, where it's not presenting the color right away. Why is that? Alright, so all of the ground will be asphalt. I really like doing that. I like the way this asphalt looks smooth and looks like, you know, a concrete ground, as opposed to this. Okay, let me go up here and remember exactly what I put up here. This is going to be rebuilt as well. I do need to rebuild everything in Cradle. In fact, maybe that's what I should just do, is we should just completely redo Cradle and just be done with it. I'll probably break it up. I've been really enjoying the pacing I've been doing and kind of taking my time and splitting to do different projects. Is that too bright and gaudy? It might be. Might be too candy cane. I don't know. I think it's small enough where if we don't do that everywhere, it's gonna stand out as something that's pretty cool instead of being ridiculous. I got an idea. Let's put streetlights in. Oh, they're too tall right there. How too tall were they? They were 1, 2, they were 3. They could even be a full 4 meters too tall. That would be convenient. So something like that. Or do we want it? I think I want it 1 meter higher. So let's put it right there. Just like that. And then we can flip it around and put one on the other side too. And we'll have a cool little light. I like that better than that, I think. I do. So we need to change it over here. Flip it around. What am I doing? So it's in between those, yeah. Right there. I was running over here and I realized that due to editing, you have not seen me build this yet, or even unlock it. I ended last episode without including these scenes, and they should be seen now. But I wanted to do this right now anyway, which is why I didn't think about editing that in. So let's go. Let's shift gears. Let's look for some coal. Okay. So this is all of our power coal. The coal that was down here isn't being used. We were kind of using it for steel a little bit, and the one over there is pure and can also be used for steel. So I kind of love that for us, to be honest. I love that. Let's grab some power. So let's just use this node over here of coal and see if there's any iron handy to do steel. And then, oh, you know what? I know that there's, well, I said no. Bah. I say no. I know there used to be iron up here. Yeah, here we go. Hello, love. That brought me joy. I Marie Kondo'd your ass. so dumb, I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's clear off the iron and take stock of what we have. There's more, and even another one back here, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Another 2. And this one is even normal. Brilliant. This one's normal too. Where did I leave the power? Okay, sorry, I'm just walking around looking, trying to take stock of where the iron is. And we have 4, actually I can see exactly how many nodes if I scan for it. Pretty sure we have 2 impure and 2 normal nodes right here. So impure, impure, and then these are normal. Perfect. Okay, now we've got 120 per minute, which is perfect. So let's grab Mark II belts. And then we'll run it over here somewhere. You know what? We just passed concrete as well, right here, I think. Very, very cool. Let's get this. We're going to want encased industrial beams, so we're going to want some concrete being made. Perfect. Let's grab a miner Mark 1. Plop it down there and overclock this all the way to a whopping 75. All right, so hook them up to power, set the recipe to concrete. We can deal with 90, we're only getting 75. Oh, I hate you. So dumb. Perfect. It's dumb, but it works. Let's build a foundry and look at it. Pretty sure it's 1-to-1, and I think it was 45 to 45, if I remember correctly. So put that down to 40. And then we'll just do 3. We'll do 3 foundries this way. Copy and paste, that way it keeps, I don't have to type that in again. Love it. And we'll do a splitter there and a splitter there. Brilliant. And we're almost done already. Plop a miner down. Overclock it. Oh, we gotta get rid of that rock and the birds in the way. Perfect. 1, 2. Let's put the merger down first. Power, merge, Mark 2 belt. There's no clipping if you blow everything up. And then what? Now we've got 120 steel per minute. So let's grab a constructor and see what we can see. Steel pipe is 30. Steel beam is 60. So pipes were 30, leaving us 90. So if we want this to use 45, we need to do 3/4. I mean, so 75%. That gives us 11.25 beams. Sweet, and we'll do the same thing here. Set that 75%. And then why doesn't it have any power? I didn't hook them up to power, I hooked those up. I was like, I swear in this exact position, I just did this. But I'm just confused. There. And now what? Now we need an assembler to make encased industrial beams. Oh, we don't even have that unlocked yet. Since it's not an even split, I'm gonna actually merge all of them and then split them right after. What did I do? That makes more sense. That needs to be marked 2. And there, now we've got a nice little trickle of everything. There. I love it. Oh, it's regular Satisfactory is way easier than Satisfactory Plus as well, which is pretty crazy. Let's go to the hub and unlock that recipe. Tier 4, we want advanced steel production. Sweet. Just need the rest of those modular frames and we're done. Feels great. Boom. Sweet. I hate that sound. Oh my god. That is so annoying. And the way I have, like, the way my footpaths happen to just land when I made Cradle, it's like I seem to run exclusively on points that make that noise trigger. It definitely seems, right? Like it's always at the same spots. It's something about the noise triggers when you're like near it, near something. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All right, sweet. We have encased industrial beams. Okay, we're back and sorry, I had to take a little break and got distracted. I wanted to make a 1 to 8 splitter array. And I was talking about how the arrow points this way, so just to have it easy pointing in the direction I want it to output, I thought we'd just start right here. Kind of did it in a mess, kind of a short while ago. We did it really messily just to get that first coal power plant set up. But now we're gonna do it a little bit cleaner. So we have one line coming in, and we're gonna go from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, and 4 to 8. So we've got one splitter here. This goes 1 to 2. And so we're gonna go out to the sides. And let's just play around and see if this works. 120 coming in is a Mark II belt, but it immediately gets split into 60s. Meaning Mark I belts are good. Alright, so now we've got one being split to two, so this is free space here. And then we can't use these ports, so we'll go here. We'll go here. Conceptually, that's right. So 1 to 2, and then 2 to 4. So this is 2 of the 4. If anybody's really good at split arrays and has any tips, this is one of the first times I'm ever thinking about actually designing one, so I could definitely use any tips, especially if you know how to include verticality to save space. So there's just not enough room here to get both of these belts on both of these ports. So we're gonna have to go output here and here, and then here. Let's turn on straight. And then the front. So it goes from 1 to 4. So maybe a splitter right here. On both sides. Does that jive? Is that cool? Yeah, so we've got... There. Wait a minute. We need to connect that. There. Are we done? 1 gets split 2 ways. 2 gets split 2 ways, and then each of those gets split 2 ways into 4. The 4 being here, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There. That's it. This is good enough for my first attempt anyway. I don't care too much. It would be cool if it was like much more compact, but I don't want to play with that right now, so yeah, let's call this good. It's time. It's time to talk about the fart box. I've gotten a lot of comments about it because in my blueprints you can see one of the tests I did right there. I've been mentioning him a ton, but Maker Gaming had a community Satisfactory vanilla server that a lot of other creators were playing on, and so we kind of got together and just played a little bit. I was pretty busy and didn't get much time to play on there. But one of the members, one of the builders on there, Farty, did 2 things that I loved. And he was a huge fan of factories in a blueprint, and which is why you saw, like I did this over there. I was inspired because I just loved the way that he loved doing it. He did it way better, though, with like designed walls and modules, so you could just plop them down. He did really well. I was really, truly inspired. But he also did something that, again, he's called Farty. That's his online name, right? So I've been calling these fart boxes because I think it's hilarious, because they're kind of based on like a pillbox type shape. And I don't remember exactly how he designed it, but I remember thinking how I want to design it. So what it does, and I asked him what he wanted to name it, and he said fart box. A fart is a fixed aperture rolling transporter. So what is it? It's a fixed aperture rolling transporter box. That is to say, it's basically just something that you can use to run belts out in the field without having them touch the ground. That's it. It's as simple as that. So at its most basic, you could have like 1, 2, or 3 walled ones. I think I'm gonna just try to do standard 1 wall. Ooh, the 3 looks pretty slick too. Let's put a floor in here though. Something like that. Actually, I think for the first time in my life, the fix-it foundation would be the best choice for that. How cool. How cool. So now why do I love this so much? So you just run the belts and run them through the conveyor wall holes. And why I love it so much is because, first off, it looks purposeful, right? So we're gonna make it look something like this. They're easy to run because belts can extend 7 full foundations, right? So out in the field, when you want to use it, if you have one right here, you just turn on zoom mode, turn this on, you go out 7, or wait, or would you go out 8? You go out 7 or 8, basically go to 8, and then on that 8th one is where you'd build the fart box. And then you just know the belts line up perfectly, and then you can delete all the foundations between them, and you can run belts from anywhere. Run belts point A to point B in a really clean way. And that's something I'd never done before. I always hated running belts, and I really do love trucks. So we're definitely going to use a lot of trucks, but I just think this is pretty cool too. Let's get a little bird's eye view. That was a whole lot of words and verbiage for me to try to get out. Is basically saying is this is a really clean way where you can plop one of these down, and then go out 7 foundations or 8 foundations, plop another one down, connect belts between them, and then delete the foundations. And now the belts look supported, and it's nice and straight, and it's just gonna make belt work look awesome. I want to add lights to this, probably signs. I had tried before and made a different, so a 1 foundation size isn't really enough room to add a lot of splitters and mergers inside of it. So one thing right off the bat I know I want to do is create other fart modules that are going to, say, be a little bit larger and allow you to split and merge inside. So if you get a collection, if you get a bunch of collections of, say, like impure nodes, and you can combine them without just putting a merger or a splitter on the ground, you can combine them inside of a fart merger or a fart splitter. Roof, let's see, probably flat we'd want. Something like that, maybe. Can't see. Having a terrible time finding this. There, something like that. Yeah, I love it. This doesn't have to be overcomplicated. I just want it to look kind of clean, kind of cool. That's it. I think this is it. Honestly, I don't want to overcomplicate it and decorate it. I don't want it to cost too much. I mean, we could always try trimming more. I kind of like that though. I think it's the same for using a fix-it foundation for the first time on purpose is kind of an interesting feeling as well. Maybe we could add power to it. So these would double function as... Ooh, maybe I should wait until I get those bigger power pole type things and form a fart box around that. Alright, can we put a light under this? Or is it, no, the lights are too big, aren't they? Yeah, too large. That's it. I don't want to add anything to it. I love this. There. I do want to add some lights to it though. Or let's add power. I do want to add lights, but it didn't really work out right. It's not sized appropriately. All right, let's add double outlet power poles. Let's add them on every side. We could always delete them later if we don't like it. But I think having the options to run the power lines straight between them or along the side would be pretty cool. That gives me the thought that perhaps we should string them together on the inside automatically. This is connected to this, to this, to this, so we don't need to waste a connection here. It's just one cable, let's do it. There. Let's save it and then go put it in, let's go test it out in the field. And then I'm gonna make a short about it. Look at that, we got our merger designed. we got our, so the mergers for the coal plant, and well, you can use an 8-to-1. Anywhere you can use an 8-to-1 splitter, or 1-to-8, I mean, would be fine, fair game. You know what though? Now is a great time. You know what I didn't do? I got sidetracked from my sidetrack. Let's go back over here. I was talking about how I wanted to put a equipment workshop. Yes. Right there. And then we'll put the MAM. Kinda there next to it. Make our own little area. Alright, and now that we've moved the MAM and the equipment workshop over here, let's take a look at... Nope, not in the MAM, it's in the hub. Let's unlock hypertubes. I am so ready to launch myself back and forth from the coal power plant. That, oh yes, we even have all the stuff right in our pocket. I love it. Alright, so we basically want to head due north. Let's make a hypertube cannon. Boy, that was another... People did not like my hypertube cannon short that I made. I was trying to find a quick way to explain... Oh, snap, miner mark 2. Oh, I didn't even notice that I unlocked that. That's so cool. And once we do logistics, we could take advantage of... We could put miner mark 2s on the coal power plant and then double the whole thing. Let's do it. Oh, what a dumb idea. I love it. Let's go get some more pipes. What was I just saying? Hypertube cannon. People did not like my hypertube cannon short. But in their defense, they did say that mine is not very efficient. That if you put 2 spaces between the... you let the hypertube lengths go double the length to 2 meters, that it's way better. So you go further, but you go way faster. And I like that. So let's see, hypertubes, yes. And tractors and oh, we have so much to do. I'm so excited. Let's grab a stack of these industrial or encased industrial beams. And then let's have 2 full stacks. And then we'll grab more pipes. And I think we're good. All right, now let's grab the hexagon. And, ooh, it snaps just like that. That's perfect. All right, I made a short about a hypertube cannon. And in that one, I made the hypertube sections this long. And then I connected them. Like that, and then deleted this one. And put entrances on all of them. But lots of people in the comments told me that you can go faster, actually, if you connect them to double that distance. And they said you don't have to disconnect these, but I'm going to, and I always do, because when Update 8 came out, you would fly really weird if you didn't, and I don't know, so something like that. The freighter has come back. Let's do it. Let's do Mark 3 belts. Awesome.
Bad plays games.
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 Bad